Me and Tomo were putting the groceries in Tomo's car. Do you have any idea who you're going to invite for the party? I asked him, getting in the car. Not yet. I know I'm going to invite you, they told me. I chuckled. Thanks, I told them. You're my best friend. Of course I would invite you. Do you want to invite some people? They asked. I don't know yet, I said, thinking. I might invite Katsuki and maybe his friends, I told them. Then Tomo's face went to worry. I began to get concerned. Are you okay? I asked them. I think you should go home, they said, passing their house. Why? I asked. There's something that you need to know, they told me. I was confused. What do you need to tell me? I asked. I'll tell you when we get to your house, they told me. Okay. I said, confused. What is happening? I asked myself. Soon we got to my house. I noticed Mitsuki's car was in the driveway. Me and Tomo got out of the car and walked to the front door. When I was about to grab the doorknob, the door was open by Mom. Yin, I thought you were spending the night at Tomo's, she said. I was until Tomo said that I need to know something, I said, walking in the house. I walked into the living room, where Dad, Matsuru, and Mitsuki were. They all saw me. Yin, said Mitsuki. I thought you were at a friend's house, she told me. I was, I told her, confused. What's going on? Why is everyone acting so weird? I asked everyone. Then Mom walked up to me, putting her hand on my shoulder. I froze. I'm sorry to say this, but Katsuki was kidnapped, she told me. What? I asked. It's true, Tomo said. I looked at them. He was kidnapped? They told me. By who? I began to cry. By the League of Villains, Tomo told me. The same people who attacked them at the USJ. I asked them. They nodded. When did he get kidnapped? I asked them. Today. It happened while you were taking your nap, they told me. Oh, I said while sitting on the couch. I know it's hard to hear, but I know they're going to find him, Mom told me, while sitting next to me. I want to help, I said, looking at Mom. I know you do, but I don't want to stress you out too much, Mom told me. I'm not going to, I told her. Ian, I know you're going to stress out, but we don't want to stress the baby too, she told me. I sighed. I guess you're right, I agreed. Did they figure out why they took him? I asked her. No, she said, shaking her head. I nodded and understood. I think I'm going to my room, I told them. I got up and left my room. I closed the door and entered my room and laid on my bed. I then began to cry more. I grabbed my pillow, put it on my face, and screamed. Why did he get kidnapped? What do they want from him? I began to think. He should calm down, I told myself. It might hurt the baby, I told myself. I then started to stop crying. Then I heard a knock. Ian, I heard Mom's voice. The door opened. She looked at me. Do you need anything? She asked me. I shook my head. Are you sure? She asked me. I nodded. Okay, just ask me if you need anything, she told me. I nodded. She then left. I sighed. He'll be okay. He knows how to take care of himself, and the heroes are going to find him, I told myself. Maybe I should distract myself, I told myself. I went on my phone and began to watch a show. Time skip. Ian, I heard Dad's voice, then a knock. I opened my eyes. Did I fall asleep while watching something? I asked myself. Come in, I told Dad while sitting up. The door opened. Are you okay? You look tired, he asked. Yeah, I just woke up from a nap, I told him. He walked in my room and sat on my chair. I looked at him confused. Do You need anything? He asked. I shook my head. I don't need anything. If I do, I'll ask, I told him. He nodded. Then my stomach growled. Are you hungry? He asked. Yeah, I told him. Do you know what you want? He asked. I shook my head. No, I told him. Do you want me to surprise you? He asked. Sure. I told him. Okay, he said, getting up. He smiled and then left my room. I wonder what he's getting for me, I told myself. Then there was a knock on the door. Come in, I told them. Do you know why your dad left? Mom asked while opening the door. He's getting me food. I'm kind of hungry, I told her. Oh, what are you getting? She asked. I don't know. I told him surprise me, I told her. Oh, she said, thinking. I'm sure he'll get something you like, she said, giving me a smile. I smiled back. Are you doing okay? She asked. A little, I told her. She walked to me and sat on my bed. It's going to be okay. The heroes are going to find him, she told me. I know, I just need to wait, I told her. She nodded. Do you want me to leave you alone? She asked. Yeah, sorry, I told her. It's okay, I just want you to be okay, she told me, getting off the bed. It's going to be okay. Love you, she told me. I love you too, I told her. She then left my room. I sighed and laid on my bed. I know they'll find him, I told myself. My stomach growled once again. Geez, this kid is hungry, I told myself. I wonder if there's something that can hold me off until Dad gets home with food, I told myself. I then got off the bed and left my room. I walked to the kitchen. Mitsuki and Matsuru were still here. Mitsuki looked at me. She had a soft look. Are you doing okay? She asked. Yeah, just hungry, I told her and opened the fridge. Be careful what you eat, she told me. What do you mean by that? I asked. Well, some food products can harm or kill the babies. Well, they're still in the womb, she told me. I know, I told her. Do you know what foods not to eat? She asked. I thought about it. Not really, I said, shrugging my shoulders. Don't worry, I'll help, she told me, smiling. I nodded. Then the front door opened. I looked over and saw Dad. He was holding a bag with a logo on it. That I like to eat. I smiled and closed the fridge door. I walked up to him. He noticed. Here, he said, smiling, handing me the bag. Thank you, I thanked him. I then walked back to my room. I put the bag on my desk. I grabbed the remote and turned on the TV. I was changing the channels until I heard Katsuki's name. I stopped. It was the news talking about how Katsuki was kidnapped. Please find him, I spoke.